Hi Sage, welcome back. We're here to do your update for the month of June. If you do want to see how this goes, stick around. It's looking a bit juicy. Okay, now you guys have really interesting cards. We're going to look at what you're moving away from, where your energy's at, and what you're moving towards. Now, moving into the month of June, it can feel a little bit tense in the first week, especially during Mercury retrograde that we had, due to where it was hitting your star sign and really channeling the energy. It can feel a little bit like a wildfire. We do have the spirit of fire coming up as your crowning energy, and I do feel in all areas of your life at the moment there could be a little bit of tension. I'm also feeling this juggling that you've been doing, and the juggling can be, your stress points. It might be your job, your everyday life, partner situation, your emotions. I feel you guys maybe have been feeling you've been spreading yourself a little bit too thin. I also feel there's an energy where you're wanting to actually move towards your bliss, and I do feel there's major judgment. You can particularly feel as though this stress point is like reaching that pivotal point. And I'm really seeing at the moment, especially through the psychic channeled messages, is for a lot of us, there is push come to shove energy. And I feel Jupiter in Aries is really going to be helping you this month. But initially, it could come down to, okay, where are we needing to rest? What are we doing in our pastime to actually take us to our bliss? A lot of times we're always moving the goalpost, and it's like, right, when I get there, it'll be better. And I kind of get this notion, it's almost like, getting to that burnout point, getting to that point where you're trying to use your creativity. Some of you could potentially be in the area of career, looking outside the box and thinking of different ways that you can earn revenue. It might be different ways you can be creative. It might be a hobby turning into a business. I also feel even with your passion, this regression back, it's a little bit like those blasts from the past, maybe reflecting upon those past memories, having this tension point coming up in your relationship zone. I feel that's going to ease as we move forward, and there could be some major breakthroughs. Now, if you are in a connection, it can be that the passion and the chemistry comes back. It could be that things get into some sense of an even keel. I do feel for a lot of you, you could have this mental bravery, but at the same time maybe feeling that you're putting a lot of weight on your shoulders, and there could be a home related dynamic that is causing a little bit of conflict and angst. I do feel you guys are going to have clarity though, within your direct environment. I do feel there's going to be some sense of clarity, and for some of you there can be some necessary adjustments and paperwork related dynamics that you're having to address. But inside of you at a very personal level, I feel that you're changing, and it can be, okay, how do I feel to do with my life? What is my attitude towards the adverse circumstances that I'm dealing with? And I feel mentally you're trying to find a solution out. The thing is, if we're repeating patterns and repeating habits, that doesn't mean to say that you have a habit. It's more that eat, pray, repeat energy. I do feel mentally it's like, putting a brave face on, meanwhile feeling that you're quite, unattracted to a certain circumstance. I feel you're logically looking at it simultaneously of managing everything around. Now, what you are getting quite fed up of is having a foot on both sides of the fence. And I do feel you're making a really major decision this month. I feel it's almost like if you were juggling a circumstance and going, I'm trying to maintain the foundation and move over here. I kind of feel that you guys at the moment are kind of thinking that stinks, okay? So it's like this Dutch courage that you're coming through the gate with into the month of June. And I feel this, relating to your love life, relating to your money. It could be the look and your vibe of what you're going through at the moment, that new demeanor that's coming through. I feel if you're doing everything spiritually, a lot of you can be looking at it and thinking outside the box. It's like, okay, I need to pick a side. For some of you, there could be a conflict, and it might be with the group energy. And that group energy may be causing that conflict. It may be misunderstanding the things that you're saying. I do directly feel you've had a lot on your plate with your routine. And I do feel this month you're going to be able to get on top of those things, but you're also going to be questioning fine print. I don't know why I see fine print, but I see fine print and questioning it. We do have a circumstance of the heart of the matter is like, sometimes we can feel we're cursed. It's like, why do these patterns keep happening? Why is this so adverse right now? I feel separately, how do I explain it? It's almost like for some of you, you could be assessing two parts. You could be thinking, you know, it's almost like this critical energy of I have to get this perfect. I have to give it right. I can't give up. I've got to keep going till it ends. Some of you might be leaving a circumstance behind. This can be a bit of memory. Others of you, there could be an emotion and it's like your guides are connecting with you. Some of you are having dream state and it's how to correct a situation. But again, I just feel this really strict energy. The one thing my guides are saying is don't be so hard on yourself. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. This adversity and this pushback, if something's not working and that door's not opening, my guides are showing me that the solution is going to be found, but it's by stepping back and stopping. It's almost not taking it personal, but actually looking at it very constructively. I feel you're going to find a solution to this. I also feel it's about being nice to yourself. It's about saying to yourself, okay, do I have to be perfect at everything? Do I have to get everything done in one hit? Am I allowed to change my mind with circumstances? And I really do feel you have learnt quite a bit. At the moment, you can find in the first half of the month, I really do feel you're going to learn to love yourself a lot more. You may be very, very critical on yourself initially, but I do feel that's going to change. I feel after that factor, you know, whatever you're needing to move away from, whatever you're needing to address, be it it's happening in family, in a home-related situation, relating to paperwork and love, I feel like you're going to look at it and, you know, instead of looking at it like it's like easy come, easy go, it's more, okay, is this serving me or is this not serving me? And what can I do so that I'm not cheating myself out of a circumstance and I can actually get a lot more? It's really funny that this card for me this month is really coming out more so directly connected to us in a personal setting than it being a physical circumstance that's happening, okay? Like a betrayal, it's like the personal value system and the balance that us directly feeling by not honoring that calling and not honoring those feelings of what, you know, what we're really needing, which is work-life balance. You know, within our love life, this is where we're feeling if the circumstance isn't fair, I feel we're going to see the writing on the wall and it's there we're going to make these adjustments. This is blessing you with a star. That can be that you're physically pulling a tower down, you're physically moving pieces around. I feel with the Ace of Swords, you can get mad, okay? Because we're going to be having Jupiter in Aries, we're going to have Mars in Aries, we also have Chiron in Aries. So it's this very assertive energy and believing in yourself. It can be, okay, what's taking me to my bliss? What do I need to do to actually say, hey, I'm entitled to have this? For some of you, it can be, like I said, there is a contract, there's money, you know, working really hard to get what you want, giving a lot to love and understanding and reflecting upon it. Have I done enough? Have I done enough? What can I do? Where is the equal give and take? Where is my bliss and where is my love? I'm seeing that there is going to be this passion, there is going to be this boost in self-esteem, but I also feel these old ways of being, they're changing. They're not going to resonate with you anymore. Whatever you're needing to pull down, I feel it's based on self-esteem. It's a sudden revelation. It's a viewpoint and a value shift. And I feel suddenly, especially if you have potentially heard maybe that something is not going so well, maybe both parties aren't on the same page, it could be a sudden shift. This for some of you can be a person from the past coming back and it's healing and it's correcting itself. But I also feel you're going to be looking at what you're getting out of circumstances this month. And unless you're getting something out of it, it's just not going to bother. I do feel for some of you, there could be a feeling where you go to a professional. Now, this professional could be to do with, look, it could be a marriage counselor, it could be a coach, it could be, there's somebody though, but it's also you within yourself actually listening to your inner instincts. And trying to get to that next level in life. But there is success coming through in your reading and you're very, very determined to make sure in all facets of life you're going to get that success. I do feel if there is something in mind that you're wanting to achieve and you're still pushing that, you know, metaphorical wheelbarrow up the hill, I do see you getting a breakthrough with it, but it is by shifting small pieces of the puzzle around. I feel you're going to get that success. A lot of you have felt that it's been all work, no play. There is this almost notion that we're having to be really responsible and it's also serious. It's also heavy. I do feel in the next few weeks coming, it may be a bit testing, but by month's end, if we can correct these things and we can shift them about, I really do feel you guys are going to have a lot of blessings coming through. Some of you potentially, and it's funny because Leo had this as well, and I was really asking what we're moving away from and what our beliefs to do with the past are at the minute. Some of you are going to receive blessings from the past. Some of you also are feeling all your happiness is in the past, and we don't want to move into that falsity because it's actually not true. It's about finding a way to have that in your everyday. And I do feel there could be a little bit of an emotion that comes up in the first 5 days. I do feel by moving through it, you're going to feel better after. But I also feel the notion for you is I've got to compartmentalize and sort these areas because it's then I can start filling my cup. Yeah, you're really not putting up with drama. So I feel if you're looking at something from a monetary point of view, I feel you're not allowing anyone to manipulate, and it's going to be a give and receive situation. You're definitely going to be more attracted to a person who is giving, okay? And it's not just a one-sided transaction. It's more to do with investing in circumstances where there's growth and fertile soil, coming to terms with the past and letting go of that, and really having that vibration that that's what your requirement is. It doesn't mean to say if a person that you had been dealing with, that's definitely not what's coming through in this read. If you were dealing with a person and they hadn't evolved, it's not to say that this person isn't the energy coming in. I do feel very much it's because you're transforming inside yourself, like the laws of attraction, you're attracting it back in. So I do see this as a very, very positive energy. Some of you can have sudden changes in status, and it is in all areas. It's a very, very positive omen for you. Now, moving forward, the pieces that you are shifting about is going to be, and I literally looked down at the clock and I saw the 1400, which to me, for some of you, you could be relating to a very spiritual connection. It is very divinely guided, and for some of you, it could be a twin flame path. I'm noticing that moving forward, your intention is to avoid drama. There may be a situation where it's unavoidable and you feel you know that. Moving into it, dealing with it, not running away from a circumstance, walking into it to address it. And I feel it's about not sweeping things under the carpet. And I feel if something needs to be said or a conversation needs to be had, I'm going to pull a chakra card. We may see if this is in relation to communication, which I do feel for some of you it is. If there is something that you need to communicate, I do feel for some of you, you might do this, and this is where you're going to get the clarity. I do feel in a sense of communication, if you've been confused, you're going to have a lot more confidence and understanding of how to do that, okay? I feel if this relates to love or career, it's both applying, but whatever this is and whomever this is in reference to, can be family and home, right? Direct foundation. I feel you're going to be addressing it. But you need to be grounded too. Something could be affecting your wellness. You do need to be careful in the first 6 days. For some of you, you could be really hungry, just all of a sudden. You also could have this emotion, where you're feeling burnt out and you're thinking, you know what, and a lot of us do have this belief. It's like, what is our method of unwinding? And I feel you could be looking at a different way of unwinding. Some of you really this month, I do feel if you had a habit and there was a pacifier or something you were doing to unwind, I feel you're re-looking at that. And I feel there could be changes directly, in your wellness as well. Whatever this is happening very quickly. I'm really not surprised, especially for your star sign this month. What is this to do? This is the second time it's come up. Okay, you got your radar up. You have your radar up in relation to something. You could be having a bit of trust issues at the moment with the circumstance. Follow your instincts. This doesn't have to be relating to a romantic situation. Oh, there you go. We've got a reunion. It's the contract area, but I think it could be any. It could either be a connection. There's something that you want clarification on. So again, I'm seeing communication. Whatever this communication is, this insecurity or this dilemma that you're faced with, I feel if you dig in and you actually ask the pivotal questions, I feel you're going to get clarity. You may be misinterpreting something or not seeing the whole picture. whatever this is, I feel if you tackle it correctly, you're going to get a great outcome, and you can potentially have a reconciliation and or sign a new contract. And I feel you're having blessings from all areas. Doesn't mean to say everything's going to go smooth sailing. I think all of us are going to be in the same boat this month, but I do see the outcome is, and that you do have the star card here. Yeah, don't presume. This is very Neptune. Neptune's going retrograde. Don't presume. Ask the pivotal questions, okay? Because I do feel whatever it is, it's really going to happen very quickly. Could you get angry? Yes. Don't avoid things. Don't let them fester. Get to a point you use your throat chakra so that you can see. Okay? Listen. If your instincts are telling you, trust your instincts and then ask the questions. Okay, some of you may have got to the point you were like, this is the way it's always been. Not anymore. You're moving beyond that. You know, getting run down, having to look after yourself. This could be a group of people that are in your environment. It might be, you know, if we have healthy groups and they're hanging out with us, it could be real tribe orientation. For some of you also, I'm noticing this literally looks like ovaries. I do feel pregnancy, okay? You can be quite fertile this month, so watch yourselves if that's something you're not quite ready. This also can be from a creative point of view. You can have a lot of co-creativity, and it's going to actually expand very quickly. If we need to move away from a circumstance, I feel, like I said, you feel like you're split. You're not going to be split the whole month. So this could be a metaphor split, you know, if you're feeling, oh my God, it's over, or I'm not with the person and I want to be with them, or it can be to do with two jobs. There's two things here. Whatever you were on the fence about, I feel you're making a major decision, and I feel you're going to see the light and day. It's like a total eclipse of the heart, so to speak. Well, whatever it is, it's going to look very different by the end of the month. Love and light. If you want your star signs, they are online on the website that cover you for the whole month. We also cover your business astrology, your career, your chakras, your ascension, and we have included twin flames in it this month. So singles, couples, twin flames. If you want more details, link below. Take care.